Alright, I'm going to be doing a solo cast here. It's a new color. Um, LDG at first, EP.hk. I'm just going to go through what bands we have right now. Okay, so Gragas, pretty standard band. And Riven, still OP because we're so far behind. But, um, one sec. I have my pet screaming. Okay. Neither of those bands are really targeted. It's just standard bands. Going into this one. ，Lucian band, I'm guessing that's targeted because we don't really see 80 carry bands. So a Shyvana band, no secret that Shyvana's ban worthy just before her balances, so doubly so. The thing about Shyvana is her ultimate, forget the free defenses and all that, her ultimate's like really reliable engage because you go in, you're on them, and your burnout means you can stay on the 80 carry. And then, yeah, the free defenses there as well also help, but always bannable. Caston, a lot of loose side bans for Caston in LPL because they don't want a first pick and they want something like Renekton first pick. So you ban it so that they can't second pick it. Yep, they wanted Renekton, they lock it in. No surprise there. Sort of fits in, it's like Shyvana's band, go Renekton. You can't get Shyvana, you go Renekton. Feels the same role, you dive in, you're too beefy with your ultimate to do it. For them to stop you and you can just stick to the AD carry. So, Thresh being hovered here for EP. Oh, they're picking their whole bottom lane. I don't really think that they need to pick their bottom lane here, but maybe they're trying to deny or make sure that they get those picks. The Caitlyn with the Lucian ban. That's sort of. I don't think they're gonna lock in Jinx. Jinx would be a really bad pick. Yeah, they're just cycling through Troll. The Azrael pick would be a safe pick, but they don't really need to pick their AD carry here. Sort of forcing them onto the Azrael. Alistar. We don't see him that much because... Oh, they are. We don't see Alistar that much in North America, Korea, Europe because of the weak laning phase. But he's a monster late game, and he has AoE CC, he can really change the tide of a fight. The rating of the bottom. Never picked, so I guess he's seen one game already, and he's won that one game. Elise is likely going to get locked in, same with the Ziggs. Another person that's not. Elise gives you the engage with her Repel and her Cocoon. Ziggs is a monster for sieging. You can't really dive with Ziggs because of his E and his W just zoning. And his Q does so much damage, poke, Yeah, if they do tower siege, you're not going to win the fight unless you're ahead. So LeBlanc and Lee Sin. So what LGD wants with LeBlanc is to create picks. They're going to ward up the enemy jungle, try to find someone rotating as catch them moving between lanes. After they get the kill for LeBlanc, they're going to go and push turret. Yeah, so it does slow that down a bit. You can't really kill Mundo. So if he's the one getting caught, he's going to be safe. I expect he to try to lane swap this. They'd beat them in the 2v2, most likely, but they're going to push a lot faster in the 2v1. And they outscale anyway in their bot lane. It also shuts down Renekton a lot, and Mundo doesn't really get shut down, he just becomes tanky anyway. Renekton, you pick him so you can kill your lane opponent. So, I feel EP.hk has the better, or I would say the easier strategy to win. It's going to be harder for LGD to get that fixed. If they fall behind, then they're not going to win unless something like magic happens. EP has safety with the Ziggs pick for wave clear and the late games of Caitlyn versus Ezreal. LGD is really heavily invested in the early game with Renekton, LeBlanc, and Lee Sin. So, as we're moving on, so normal starts. Well, Alistar's going for the ancient coin. So it looks like they're going to do the 2v1 lane, or they're planning on EP going for 2v1, because you don't really want a Doran Shield, or you don't really need Doran Shield in 2v1, and the gold income helps you long run. On the flip side of that, Thresh starting Doran Shield looks like he wants to do 2v2, which I disagree with. They can just wait for a late game, and they don't need to worry about risking the 2v1, or the 2v2 I mean, they shouldn't risk it. And small little level 1, are they gonna, if they stay, they're probably just gonna trade buffs, but they just getting the ward and they're walking out. They know they're in there. It feels like summer again, watching people go in just to get the ward out as a 5-man team, then backing away. And that was an actual ward. Trinkus hadn't come up yet, so LGD really looking for a play on that. Maybe they're trying to spot the 2v2, but they know that Caitlyn and Thresh are down there and they're sticking bot. It's not something I agree with, but you always have to trust that the pros know best, right? Oh. LeBlanc taking advantage. She's gonna be late to lane, and this is about a wave. Oh, she's gonna stay with health pots. I mean, staying means that she's not gonna fall behind, but it's taking the risk of you can stay even, or you can die early and fall really far behind. Recalling just the middle ground. It just shows they're already back to full off of the one spot. It just shows that LeBlanc's really comfortable with LeBlanc, and Invade getting caught out. Is Lee Sin gonna get it? The Lee Sin gets it and walks. So, the importance of that ward at blue, let them know that Lee Sin could invade red because Elise started blue. Now, a little skirmish. I don't think that Lee Sin's gonna win this. Oh, the key missed. He has to get out of there now. Renekton's coming down and LeBlanc something good. First blood for LeBlanc. And Lee Sin's able to get out of there as well. Really nice play by LGD. I did not think that with Renekton and Ziggs closing in that they'd be able to pull it off, but Elise ran upwards, but she shouldn't have. She should have stayed in the bush and tried to pass Lee Sin with Renekton coming down. Or not, with Mundo coming down. But running into LeBlanc saved Lee Sin's life and got hit. And rare out duel in the bot lane. Dive top and just 1 for 1. That's worth it for Mundo. He's gonna outskill Renekton. Lee Sin got the kill, so it doesn't. Basically, it puts Mundo back even in the lane, just a bit ahead. But yeah, he's gonna recall or teleport back. He's gonna be ahead in this lane now because of that gank, which is not something you want to Renekton. You pick Renekton to win. So back to the bot lane. Alistar, they went on to Thresh. They should have gone on to Caitlyn. Caitlyn got to auto attack that whole time for free, and she's probably been poking them down since they got into the lane. So good on EP for getting or equalizing the first blood kill there, and didn't even need the jungler. The problem with that, they're gonna recall and get a BF sword, but Ezreal is picked for safety in the late game and a farm lane. At like the worst thing that you can get with Ezreal is a farm lane because of his Q. They're not going to get it. That was a really smart move by Alistar there. He predicted that Caitlyn would take the lantern, so he walked, instead of walking towards the lantern, he walked towards Thresh, so as soon as he did it, he knocked them up. And unfortunate that they didn't get the kill, but Ezreal was pretty far off there for the relay damage. Just checking in to see if he can get the Ziggs. And look at the So, early jungling, Lee Sin is gonna just destroy Elise now because Elise is behind and Lee Sin's one of the best, if not the best counter jungler. It just goes with LGD's plan to win the laning phase and snowball the lead as hard as they can. Which is EP probably knew this, that's how they play, so that's why they banned the late Lucian and took the Caitlyn so that they can't lose bot lane. It's smart pick bans from EP, and I expect Lee Sin to gank top one more time, and then they're going to go down for Dragon, or they're just going to go for Dragon. They should try to. It's a pretty hard. I don't think they're going to go for the Dragon. I think they're going to try to bait Dragon and get a pick block. He's gonna hit the key. No. Okay. Blanc failed really hard there in taking the turret shot at Ziggs. She got lucky with Ziggs missing, and Distortion saved. Or was that Distortion? That was Flash. Well, Blanc had to flash the Ziggs ult. So, LeBlanc went in for poke. I didn't think she'd get the kill on Ziggs, but Ziggs turned it around really nicely with his barrier, it looks like. Or he didn't even... Yeah, he had barrier. Okay, so he barriered the damage. and was able to out-trade. Just lucky for LeBlanc that the Q's missed and the ultimate missed, but still a gain for EP. They're pulling ahead in the mid lane now because of farm, or pulling even. Farm's about equal and LeBlanc is a kill. But that's really good for Ziggs. Ziggs outscales. Ziggs can turtle if he gets farmed, and LeBlanc won't be able to do anything late game if she doesn't snowball. More or less. They can still create effects with her. So, just wording. Mundo's playing too safe, they don't know where release it. And you have to see him take it. Elise has to back away here. She can't risk clearing the camp with Elise in there, especially since LeBlanc can close and interactions close in. But Elise should have guessed that she has no smite. They could go for the dragon, but it's a risk. I feel they should gank bot lane because it's pushed with Elise. LeBlanc's getting pinged out, so the gank won't work. But that's the idea. They want to create a kill before they do anything with the LeBlanc Lee Sin. If they want to take dragon, they need to get a kill in bot lane, mid lane, or the jungle, and then go for it. Technically, they could take a kill top, but Mundo has teleport, so there's a risk of a fight breaking and him teleporting in when he respawns. And EP, nice hook. Play arcane shifts away and returns some damage, but not enough damage. Alistar could kill up, but at least coming down. Looks like they might dive this one. They can. They're just gonna pressure. They can't dive. They at least showed herself too early. There'd be too much room for a counter gank. So just pushing down the tower. That's what EP wants to do. EP wants to take tower pressure and push lanes. Oh, Alistar. Nice damage. But nothing's going to come of it. They can Sonic Wave. Oh, I guess they're going on. But at least he's going really. I don't. EP's going to win this. Ziggs bomb comes in. LeBlanc comes in as well. Nice turnaround by LGD with LeBlanc. LGD went in too early, but they were sort of forced into it because EP was already backing away. Surprised that LeBlanc was able to do that much damage and get in there that easily, but all in all, EP is gonna win the trade by taking this dragon. Nice attempt by LeBlanc. Nothing she can do against that. She can hope that Elise misses her smite, but it's not likely. And she kind of forced into trying to steal it because Elise wasn't there. Another combo by Alistar, but he gets end up with the trap and Elise misses the Q, unable to follow up. These supports are really playing amazingly. Thresh is landing hooks, Alistar's landing his combo. I mean, you want your pro level Alistar to land the combo before he plays it, but I haven't seen him miss one yet. So, focusing on the bottom lane. Both teams want their bottom lanes to win because the other lanes are sort of like gonna go equal or win for LGD. Equal they don't really want, but if they can get their bot lane to win, it means that their mid lane's won. And Renekton's just gonna farm up top and beat Mundo, even though that the dive sort of saved Mundo's lane. It's not really something to worry about anymore. Blue buff still coming in, but at least we'll spot this out. Just gonna give it away. Smart choice. Little Ziggs wasn't there for backup, and you don't really want to 1v2 Elise LeBlanc. There's too much kill potential there. Oh! Okay. Really aggressive play by Lee Sin. I don't know if they didn't see, or if they saw Ziggs at his right camp, or they just didn't see him when they went into mid lane. So that's a really risky move to dive a jungler into the mid lane. It worked out and looked pretty, but that's what they wanted to do. I guess they figured with LeBlanc Lee Sin's mobility, Ziggs would be able to help them even if they got it, like even if he was there. So, smart play by LGD. Creating picks with we're going top lane now. And easy kill. Okay, so they're playing exactly how they want to. Ziggs is trying to push and get a turn to return, but they're going to take top. There's no dragon there, so there's no reason for them not. Elise is trying to do the same thing, so EP could take 2 turrets for the top. It would make it worth it for them. So, okay, so they're only 300 gold down, they have 2 turrets. They have complete control of dragon now for next time it comes up, because the mid and bot are down. But LGD is playing how they should. They should be moving around with LeBlanc and Lee Sin, creating kills. They can do that to every lane and the jungle. If you get caught by them, there's really nothing you can. Fnatic here, EP's waiting for someone to check, and oh, the hook missed. Flavis Cocoon missed. Everything missed. Well, in theory it would have worked. Granted, all they would have got off that was a kill. The dragon's not up for a minute 30, so smart play. Nothing would have happened if it went, like nothing too bad would have happened for LGD if they got that, but they missed everything. So go back to lane like nothing happened. Yeah. EP has to be worried that LeBlanc's pretty much equal in CS. She's 10 down. She should be more than that down against Ziggs. But she has 5 kills. That's the big thing. She can, if she finds someone by herself now, they're gonna die. Moonja just got the. See, Caitlyn had to build an extra cloak as well because of how scary LeBlanc is right now. So, delays Caitlyn's damage a bit. This is where they want to catch someone. They should. I really feel like Lee Sin and LeBlanc should switch to sweeper. Lee Sin could build Sightstone for his ward jumping, but okay, I'll fix that. Lee Sin should keep his trying to get ward until he can get sweeper, or until he can get Sightstone, and that's gonna be. I don't think anyone's gonna die off of LGD here. Oh, Ziggs coming in. You're a flash by Lee Sin to save Ezreal. So that dive didn't go as well as LGD had hoped. They should have been able to pick up the 3, but the Ziggs bomb came in. The disengage from Thresh and just overall diving. Ezreal took turret tank and stayed in the turret for that. So nice of them to get 1 kill. They have to back off now, and he could retaliate with the dragon, but at least he's going top. They don't know that Lee Sin recalled, so smart play. Well, at least can't finish the camp just because LeBlanc walked over. But Mundo shouldn't have been caught here. He's gonna fall down. He should have, if Elise is backing away from LeBlanc, Mundo should have backed away. There's no reason for that to happen. And top lane, EP is not gonna be able to answer with this dragon. It's a free dragon for LGD right now because will just win the fight, or they can just keep pushing top. Did he get? He did. He sold out with his Q. So that's gonna hurt. I don't know why it was Trash Caitlyn taking that, but I guess they're worried about them just losing complete control of their jungle, even with the turrets up. So 2-1 turrets for EP, 8-4 for LGD, and they have a 2K or almost 2K gold lead. It's still pretty close. LGD is playing proper and how they should, but EP's comp, like I said before, if they fall behind, is not going to lose them the game. Alistair just going man mode here. It looked like he was going too early, but LeBlanc was able to WR into the fight. Got Caitlyn. They can back away now and just take the dragon as 5. So, again, they're doing it how they should. This is how you play assassin in the current meta. Like, the meta favors wave clear mids, but if you're playing an assassin, what you do is you wait for someone to get like out of position, or you go to roam to their lane and get the pick. LeBlanc's gonna pick blue left, and then they're gonna go back. I feel if they make another play bot lane, they're gonna get the turret. If they go top, they're gonna get the inner turret. I don't see mid falling, like, just yet. Lee Sin could go behind and kick him out of the turret range, or if LeBlanc gets a 1v1 kill. But I don't see Ziggs losing the turret because of his wave clear. So, looking at it, Caitlyn has 3 kills, Mundo has 1, but he's 1 in 3. And he's Mundo, so kills don't really matter. Likewise, neither do deaths, he just becomes a sponge. But that's a saving grace for Ziggs. He can clear the waves right now. He's fine. He's done with for like gold. Like, they don't need to prioritize him with anything. Caitlyn's getting fed. She's gonna be their damage in the late game. But LeBlanc's roaming bot lane. If that pink ward in the bush up here, I don't know if you can see my ass, but the pink ward for red side, it's all LeBlanc. They're not gonna get the kill. They're making a push from. I like this rotation for them because Ezreal stuck bot, Reckon stuck top, but LeBlanc might assassinate someone. Look at that damage. He lived. She got the lantern out, but she just like soloed that save, and Ezreal misses. Barrier was used. LeBlanc went pretty low herself, but she saved the turret, so that's all that she needed to do. Still, nice rotation by EP to catch LGD off guard, but LeBlanc's just too fed. She has her Deathfire Grass now. If she had that going into that, Caitlyn would have died. And, oh, into the stun, but the flash saves Caitlyn's life. So that flash down, and they're able to dive the Alistair. Nope. Just back away. So they did enough damage here, and Ziggs is pretty low on mana. They should be able to get this turret eventually if they keep sieging, but it looks like they're just gonna back away. They got bot turret at least. And you can see how LGD is playing this. They aren't just going in. Oh, Ziggs is going down. But answering kill for these. Okay, so that's actually really good for EP to get the shutdown gold. As well, it stops LeBlanc from getting like roaming to another lane getting a kill. Elise can probably get a Necrotron cloak now. If she's going that route. I don't know if she's gonna. She might go just Aegis with the null magic mental. That way her backline doesn't get assassinated. And the duels have tanked top lane. They just see how much damage they can do, and then they're like, oh, okay. Back away. Finding that worries. And this is really dangerous for EP. I think they should just need to give this up. Maybe a smite steal, but they can't stick around here. They caught Lacent, but LeBlanc's going to be coming in behind. And they traded 1-for-1 so far. EP has to get out. The chain missed. This is... Wow. The backline damage of EDG, but Ziggs just flashed the chain and saved his life. And LeBlanc's gonna fall down now. If LeBlanc's smart, she'll go for the 1-for-1. So, I don't think anyone's... That was a 4-for-1 trade? 4-for-2 trade for EP. They can't do dragon. It's a minute off, but I don't know if they had the timer for it. And smart play by Thresh. Just throwing the lantern back made Renekton back off that turret. There's no there to take it, but Renekton didn't know that, so it's nice little plays like that with Thresh that make him fun to watch. Casual just farming up. He actually has the CS advantage now, and I'm not sure about the gold. He might have a gold advantage. He's 1 kill down, and what? Casual has a sort of I call it sword or whatever. I don't know what it's called. You can let me know. Sort of occult. Anyway. Let's see how that goes. I don't have anything to say about that. Maybe he's expecting to get really high AD because he'll be sitting in the back. LeBlanc will assassinate something, he'll get assist with his ult or something. And, wow. Galen getting out-traded really heavily there. That's going to give up the dragon. Galen can't come in. They can't fight it with... Well, maybe I'm wrong. Not the dragon goes down, but Ziggs bomb did really, like, good work to Ezreal. And LeBlanc coming in. Yeah. These fights are so weird. Like, you expect... They just keep switching every which way. But Mirror's gonna clean up Ezreal. He should clean up at least in here, and Ziggs just has to run. I think his statue charge missed, but Thresh is there to save him. Oh. Lee Sin gets away after. An off-screen chase, we weren't able to see that, but I imagine he jumped to the white camp with his Q, and then ran away and W'd over the wall. So, we'll say that the kills were 0-0, even though they were 4-3 for EP. Because so it was a 1 kill trade for the dragon. Yeah, right here. This is where I thought LeBlanc would destroy, but she jumped back and then I don't even know what happened. She just randomly died. Ezreal is exhausted, so he couldn't put out damage. And here's where I thought it would just be like an ace for EP. It's gonna go away, but they had the number advantage and Lee Sin was low. They weren't able to. They decided not to focus him, and they just went to protect Ziggs from Renekton. I feel like Ziggs could have ran away, like back into the jungle behind, in between the wolves and blue. And again, you don't really think about which way to run when you're running away. You're just like, okay, I've got to get out of here. And what's happening right now is what EP wants. They're grouped 5 mid. They can just wave clear, and they'll outpoke with Caitlyn 6. If Caitlyn, this is why Caitlyn's really good against LeBlanc. If Caitlyn sees LeBlanc in the lane, she can just ult him and do a lot of her health. LeBlanc has no sustain other than health pods. And, oh, Caitlyn getting kicked in. Caitlyn's just dead. This will be a really strong dive for LGD. The walls. So it turned into, it was a great engage by LGD, but it turned into the favor of EP because Ziggs got energy outclass. They had to back up. It saved its life from the LeBlanc chain. And then the wall, like, the walls, I'm not saying the wall like as in the box, but Fresh, Elise, Mundo just like made a human wall that blocked anyone from getting near them. They all waited for, they weren't using abilities or anything, they waited for Ziggs to get back up, and by that time, it's like, well, we're low. Because of Sun Fire burnout, at least damage, somewhat damage. And then no one wanted to go in and kill. Like, I feel LeBlanc could have killed Ziggs, maybe traded her own life, but it would have won them the trade, or won them the fight, and they might have been able to take a turret. I said EP wanted a fight like that. They wanted to siege up and just wave clear Ziggs. Caitlyn got caught, which is really bad, and it turned out LG's favor. The fact that EP won that, they were pretty much even in gold, 1 kill down. Even with Caitlyn being gone, is really, really bad news for LGD. Caitlyn is their damage, like, meant to be their damage, and she didn't do any damage that fight, she just got blown up. I'm not sure if LGD is able to go into their split the lanes and have LeBlanc and Lee Sin create picks anymore, just because EP knows they can win the team fight now. Now that EP can win the team fight, they'll just push mid through and forget about the side lanes, and you won't get the chance. They can try to ward up for Baron, like LGD will ward up for Baron, take control of that. I still feel like LeBlanc, okay, LeBlanc has a sweeper. I still feel like Lee Sin should get a sweeper and just buy the sights down. They really need to get ward control of the enemy red side and Baron, and try to get kills that way. I don't think they should go for the Baron. If they take the Baron, maybe they'll win the team fight, but I don't think they'll get a better engage than they had last time, and the Baron buff won't negate, like if they don't get it engaged that good, Baron buff won't save them. So what LGD wants to do is keep the Baron up, great picks in the jungle, and snowball towers through using the Baron baits. EP knows that they can win fights now, so now they aren't scared to sit underneath the turret. They can just stand here. LeBlanc almost died to the Ziggs poke. So that's the other problem with this comp. They have no wave clear. They can just, EP can just do that over and over again. If they poke one of the carries down, LeBlanc or Ezreal, LGD has to give up the turret. There's nothing they can do to negate that. And this is the reason why Gragas is popular, why Ziggs is popular, why Orianna is somewhat popular. But we don't see much Orianna now because Ziggs and Gragas can just do what she does late game earlier. And I can't remember which team, oh, it was LGD that banned Gragas. So they sort of spelled their own fate, or sealed their own fate with that. Ziggs all for poke. And that was a 4v5 that LGD was running from. They know they can't win fights. They know they can't win poke trades. I'm not sure why they keep grouping mid lane. Maybe they don't know how else to play in the late game, or play against this comp. They might be used to, you get a lead, snowball, you group, and finish the game. They really need to go back to what they were doing 15 minutes ago, and killing people in solo lanes. EFG was up there. There's the chain. I'm not sure how much damage her chain's doing, but well, Caitlyn probably would have lived because the distortion and the alt distortion mess. Talisman used. Okay, dodged it by least. So that's Talisman. That's one advantage for LGD. Talisman's down so they can't just rush into them. EP lacks strong engage. They can land a thresh hook, they can land a cocoon. That's about it. I guess with the Talisman, their engage is Mundo can run into their team. With that down, they can't do it anymore. They're just going to rotate top and take this turret. That's a smart play. They don't want to risk going into the Baron pit. That's your all. Just had to check to see if they were doing it. So they probably could have taken the Baron before EP reacted, but they don't have any wards in their jungle, like deep jungle, to check that. So, okay, they're backing off. I don't think that they should back off. Like, recallings might lose them the Baron. That was weird. Ziggs Q didn't aggro the Baron. I think that was the change, so that you couldn't solo Baron over the wall with like Mundo or Karthus without taking any damage. You can't damage it if it can't damage you in range. So I'm guessing I guess that's working as intended. But unlucky for EP. Dangerous play. They need to get wards on their flanks. If Lee Sin and LeBlanc flank, that's how LGD will win a 5v5. Again, I'll say it. They shouldn't 5v5, but that's an invisible Baron for us. The Baron's still there. There's not much for me to say about what they're doing. They've defaulted to 5v5, which is a solo queue strat. You do it in solo queue because you don't have coordination to split push. You don't have coordination to do anything else, unless you're like keeping the other team in their lanes, which is really hard to do because if solo queue strat is to split push or not split, if the solo queue strat is to 5v5, if you go split pushing, more than likely they'll forget about you and just 5v5, and your team won't know to back off or what to do with the aggression of the 5v4. It was a good start. They're 3k up still, but it was a good start for LGD. They got the lead with their picks. Just like picks on Silent Champions, and I also picks as in the champions they played. They played for the lane. But EP, when it gets to this point, they've just outscaled so hard. Caitlyn still has a lot of ramping up to do. When she finishes PDD, when she finishes Infinity Edge, she'll just chunk really hard. Now, I like Caitlyn's like ult path. She had to get the Banshee's Veil so she won't die to LeBlanc. The EF Last Whisper means that she can just ult LeBlanc and force her out of the fight before the team fight starts. And, okay, I'll pause that. Looks like we're getting into a poke fest here actually. Might have been a fight, but Alistar used Talisman, they backed away. Oh! 4-man. Was that 4-man or 5-man? That was a 4-man Ziggs ult. Just, they have to let Alistar die. they need to get back into their base and be able to defend the turret. But they won't be able. Mondo can just tank this. So that's Zig's ult. Just and oh my god, that hook. The Zig's ult gave them this turret or not. They're gonna run away from Redacted. Wow. That was LeBlanc's full combo and it didn't do anything to Caitlyn. That's how scary their late game is. Caitlyn's doing a ton of damage, Zig's doing a ton of damage, and LeBlanc can't kill anyone because there's too many people standing on top of them. If she tried to Caitlyn, I don't think she can do one rotation. She can do two rotations, and Caitlyn's gonna heal up by then, or LeBlanc's just gonna die to the rest of their team. So I missed that. Did the inhibitor fall down? Okay, so the inhibitor's down. That's mid lane. It doesn't really mean that much because you can defend mid lane, inhib, and still have pressure on Baron. But if I were LGD, might rush it here. Yeah, they should definitely rush it here. That's their chance to come back in the game. But with the least there, they need to back off here. This is a desperation Baron to come back in the game, but EP reacted to it too quickly and they need to go there. They got the Baron, but it's not going to mean much. They're going to lose too much. LeBlanc goes down, Alistair's going to fall. I don't know how Ezreal got back into the pit. He really shouldn't have. So that's going to be a game because they didn't back up. LGD, they were playing that whole game like it was solo queue. I guess it's because they're a new team. Or yeah. You don't even get to see it fall. Music's coming in. Game's not even over yet. Well, that was really casters. But yeah, there's nothing they can do. They tried the Baron. They didn't back off when they had to, and lost the game off of it. I guess they figured Earth skilled so badly at that point, there's nothing to do for them to come back. If they went back to their pushing, which they should have been doing the full game, Caitlyn, Thresh would be able to duel Ezreal, Alistair, and Mondo would be able to survive any LeBlanc ganks. So they really just got outscaled, lost the game, because they wanted to group too early, or wanted to group at all. They had the right idea with their comp, but then they just stopped doing it. Well, EP picked a safe comp, they won the game. GG.